Good morning, and welcome to Bumblebee Junction.
Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. If you can't tell by the level of the sun behind me, it is about supper time, and what we're going to do is we're going to go and we're going to get into the canning pantry. So hold on, and we'll be right back. Okay, we are going to go ahead and get this party started. My big roasting pan here, and I have the oven up to 350. I have 2 of these wonderful jars of pot roast that we canned up. And one thing that I absolutely love about canning is that most of the work is already done for you. Get these open. Now, when you open anything from the cabinet, you definitely want to check the inside of the lid. Smell it. Botulism is one of the worst things that can happen when it comes to home canning. But both of these inside lids look great. They smell great. Do have the oven up to 350. And I'm going to go ahead and dump these in this big roasting pan. Now, anybody who's made a pot roast knows just how long they take in the oven. But when you have it already canned up, all of that cooking is already done for you. All you really need to do is heat it back up. And that smells fantastic. What I'm going to do real quick, I'm going to get a fork. I'm going to show you before cooking what the potatoes look like. Now I can stick a fork in the potato, but it is not falling apart. They are still really nice and solid. And the meat is soft, but it is not falling apart. That is pretty much the consistency of a done pot roast. And basically the only thing that we got to do is just get this heated back up. And I'm going to leave all of the water and juices in there because we spiced it up just perfect when we canned it. But the other thing that I have to go with supper is fresh corn. And this is corn that we have zipper sealed. And actually I already punctured the bag, so it will go ahead and start thawing a little bit. But I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to get this in the oven. And I'm going to get the corn in a pan. Before I get much further, I'm just going to go ahead and open this and show you just how pretty that corn still is. But I'm going to go ahead and get all this going, and I'll be back in just a little bit, and we're going to check in on it. Yeah, isn't that so pretty? You can't eat any better than eating from your own pantry, from the things that you have grown in your own garden or canned. And I'm going to go ahead and get this going, and I'm going to show you why. Now I'm going to go ahead and get this frozen corn into this pan. But a lot of people ask us all the time why we grow so much. And this right here is exactly why. Because there's no better food than what you grow for yourself. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to get this corn boiling, and I happen to know just how sweet it is. So I'm about starving, and I'm going to go ahead, get this heated up, and we'll be back. Alright, we got the corn up to pretty good boil, so I'm going to go ahead and shut that off. And I have the little corn boats already. I'm going to go ahead and pull this pot roast out. Now that has been in the oven for almost an hour at 350. And an hour in the oven certainly beats the 2.5 hours that it takes to cook a pot roast. So we're going to go ahead and pull a potato out of here and show you the consistency of it. That is still fork tender, but not falling apart. I know a lot of people ask about the consistency of potatoes and things when you can them. Pull up another one here so you can see. Not mushy, not falling apart. And these carrots too are carrots that we grew. You can see they are soft and you can still stick a fork in them. They come right back off the fork. They are not mushy, but they are soft. They've actually been cooked a few times now. But, let's see. Pull a piece of beef in here. Perfect. Soft. Exactly the way that you would want a pot roast to be. But not mushy. So, I'm going to go ahead and start getting this dished up. But it does show you that you can about anything. And it's actually wonderful, perfect, not too soft, not too mushy. And it does save a lot of time in the end, especially when you would really like to have a nice big homemade supper, but you don't have a whole lot of time. That is about perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and plate this up, and I'll be back in just a second. Okay, I've got this all plated up. You can see that is a perfect pot roast dinner right out of a jar. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take this whole pan out to the table. I'm going to set it on the table, and as we want them, we'll go ahead and take them out. But I usually tend to leave corn on the cob in a pot so that it stays nice and hot. But just wanted to bring you back and show you that is a perfect pot roast dinner in about a third of the time. So we're going to go ahead and go out there and get eaten because it's supper time. And how perfect does that look? Okay, so that's all the footage that I have for today. And yeah, there's nothing like getting into the pantry and pulling out some wonderful canned food, getting into the freezer, and pulling out some of your own fresh corn. Nothing beats living the way that we do, and it's so easy and it's so good. And yeah, I'm not 100% sure, but I think I might be biased, so yeah, we'll just kind of leave it at that. But supper was absolutely fantastic, and yeah, I really enjoy canning, but what I really enjoy more than that is pulling something out of the cabinet when you've had a long, busy day and not having to do all the prep work. But yeah, it is getting to be kind of late, and yeah, if you can't tell, it's been a long day, and I'm just going to go ahead and get on out of here. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Don't forget to ring that little bell so that you know when I'm cooking up something else in the kitchen. And if you have any comments, questions, suggestions, anything at all in your mind, please leave them in the little box below. And if you enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up. But getting back to business. Yeah, there's nothing like pulling out some wonderful canned goodies from your canning pantry. And yes, I have a very large canning pantry that has kind of, wandered off into other places of the house. And yeah, glad for it, happy for it, and yeah, it's so good. But I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. I have talked your ear off plenty enough. So don't forget, we love you, and we'll see you in the next one.